Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Carl. I am your host, Carl Zoellner. I'm one of the attorneys here with Anderson Business Advisors, and today's episode is focused on stock trading. Many of my clients, and including myself, do some trading in the stock market, and a lot of questions come up on how do I protect my brokerage account? How do I gain maximum tax benefit out of my brokerage account? And there's a couple different routes you can go. Let's start out with the first concept here is we don't want to keep our brokerage account in our own individual name. To plaintiffs, attorneys, your brokerage account looks same as cash. So first step is you want to take it out of your individual name. Normally that means placing it in an LLC. We're going to have a follow-up video here that talks a little bit about the use of personal property trusts as well in regards to trading. But for this one, let's consider moving our trading account into an LLC so it's out of our personal name. So say if I get into a car accident, that account is no longer a personal asset, it's a business asset and a business structure, so it would be incredibly difficult to get a hold of from a plaintiff's perspective. Now it's out of our individual name. Now we have a decision to make from the tax perspective. Number one is if I'm just doing some long-term holds or options trading, I could just leave it in an entity that's disregarded back to me for tax purposes. I get no real tax benefit or detriment out of doing that, but at least that asset is protected and that it's out of my name. The second option is that we treat the LLC that holds that brokerage account now as a partnership between a corporation and myself. And by linking in that corporation with a guaranteed payment to that corporate partner, I can now take many of the same benefits as traders who qualify for trader status, meaning things that weren't normally deductible to me as an individual or things I couldn't expense as an individual in association with my trading business. I can now that I brought in that corporate partner. So it really depends on what type of tax benefit you're trying to get out of your trading account or your trading business, or what kind of impact it would have over your overall business structure. Meaning, if I'm already a real estate investor, I may be getting enough of those benefits out of my corporation already that I don't then need to expose my trading account to that corporate side in order to make sure that, for lack of a better term, the juice is worth the squeeze. So you want to look at each individual or on an individualized basis to see what your ultimate goals are, how you're planning to grow your business, what's your business focus, to make sure it's worth making that a partnership, because there is some extra things that come along with that. There's some extra compliance that comes along with a partnership. There's also an additional tax return that's due there. So you look at both categories, you say, hey, what's the, where do you, the client, see the most benefit? And is it worth, say, some additional expense as long as it pays for itself on the tax side? In most cases, I've found it pays having the partnership set up for the trading account more than pays for itself. But you want to look at that from an individualized level. So main focus on the stock trading account is you don't want to hold it in your personal name. You want to hold it in an LLC. Other portion is then we need to look how to structure that LLC to see what your ultimate tax appetite is and how aggressive you'd like to be with it. So lots of cool things to do with trading accounts. Going to be lots of opportunities with the stock market, as there always has been, but we want to make sure you're protected from an asset protection standpoint. And then we want to look at the taxation of it as well to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck, if you will. As I mentioned, there will be a follow-up video on personal property trusts because we use them frequently. And I'll go into the details why in that next video. Until next time, this is Carl Zoellner for Coffee with Carl. I would encourage you to take advantage of all of our free content out there. Subscribe, like, do what all the folks out there want you to do to be part of the Anderson channel, because we put out a ton of content. So between Toby, Michael, Clint, myself, we enjoy educating folks and we like having productive conversations. So by putting more education out there, we're all speaking the same language. So until next time, it was great seeing y'all on another episode of Coffee with Carl, and we will catch you on the next episode. Thanks.